Ladies and gentlemen, friends, voters, welcome to the latest edition of the Ballot Brief with the Supervisor of Elections, Alina Garcia. We are now in episode 11. We are also now officially in the election season. Vote-by-mail ballots are out. Early voting starts soon on the 3rd. And of course, the primary election date is August 18th. Madam Supervisor, what a timely and fortuitous show. It's great to be with you today.
It's always great to be with you, Mr. Mendieta. And you know, the ballots are out. The ballots are out. We've mailed over 191,000 ballots overseas and locally. So, you know, it's important that if you have a ballot sitting at home, please make sure that you fill it out and send it. Make sure that you sign the envelope and put the information of your cell phone or email and your return address also on the ballot. We want to make sure that every vote counts and that your voice is heard.
And of course, we have 3 convenient and very safe ways to vote here in South Florida, Miami-Dade, and of course, the great state of Florida, which is the platinum standard. But vote by mail is safe. No postage is required. Tell us about the dates involving vote by mail.
Well, the last day to request a vote by mail ballot is August 6th. But no, don't wait. Go ahead, go online at www.VoteMiamiDade.gov, and you can request your vote by mail ballot. Or you can call us at 305-499-8444. You know, we're very excited. A lot of people are bringing their vote-by-mail ballots here to election headquarters, right? Because you can mail your ballot, but you could also turn it in at election headquarters in Doral, or you can turn it in at the Miami Stephen P. Clark building. Yep. We have an office there, too. And you can also turn in your vote-by-mail ballots at the early voting sites that they're going to start August 3rd. We're going to start early voting. The first week, we're going to be there from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the second week, we'll be there from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on the weekends, we're going to be there from 8 to 4. So you can bring your vote-by-mail ballot, and if you show us your ID, that'll come in like if you voted in person, because we will immediately validate your ballot. So I look forward to receiving all those ballots that are out there. Make sure that you study and know what you're voting for. If you are an MPA, no party affiliation, you can vote for all the judges, the commissioners, the school board members. There's a lot of things there for you to vote on. And if you are a Republican or a Democrat, you will also be choosing the candidate that will represent your party in the November election. So you will be choosing who you want for governor on that ballot, who you want for Senate, for the federal Senate, for the state house, for the state Senate, depending on what races are in your area. So I look forward to counting all of those votes on November 18th.
On August 18th, actually.
I'm sorry.
You're jumping 18th. Ahead. November 3rd is the general election, yes, but yes. August 18th is our primary election. Early voting, August 3rd through the 16th. And guess what? There is a beautiful sample ballot, which we've now put out in the community, thanks to Supervisor Garcia, who had a direct hand in the design. It's a very attractive piece. It has all the information you need. And of course, the master sample ballot is inside of it as well. But we also urge people to go to our website, and you can actually download your customized sample ballot. Right. We have a QR code on the cover.
Yeah, you can go here to the QR code, and if you go to that QR code, it'll take you so that you can fill in the information and get your personal sample ballot, which is best, right? Because that way you know who's exactly is going to be on your ballot, and you can, if you have any questions, you can research it before you go vote.
And researching it is all part of making a plan. We are out in the community. You are out in the community 7 days a week, driving the voter message. And the main message has been to make a plan. You're going to a dance, you're going to make a plan. You're going to a party, you're going to make a plan. Tell us about that. Yeah,
if you're it's important that you make a plan to go vote. And like when you're going to go out, when you're going to go to the theater, you're going to go to a baseball game, wherever you're going to go, you always make a plan. Who you're going to go with, who's going to drive. Well, do the same thing for voting. You know, maybe your neighbor needs a ride and you can give them a ride. Maybe your kids want to come with you and you make it a family affair, and then you can go to breakfast or to lunch, or dinner, depending what time you go vote, and you make a plan. Remember that if you vote early, you can go to any of the election sites that are voting, that are early voting sites. If you wait until election day, you can only go to your polling place. And that is the information that you will find on your voter registration information card, there will be your precinct number and the address of the precinct where you're supposed to go vote on Election Day. But if you go vote between August 3rd and August 16th to one of the early voting sites, you can go to any of the sites and vote there.
And now we have this amazing resource. Again, the sample ballot is out. You could find it in major newspapers, libraries, government offices, here at our headquarters, at our downtown branch office. So you can do that homework. You can actually look at the races, but more importantly, also get your personalized, customized ballot. And a lot of people take that with them when they go vote. It's
Absolutely.
a long ballot, and that's why planning is going to be important.
Right, yeah. It's always important to plan ahead and to know what the issues are and what you're voting on, because it'll make it quicker. You know, when you're prepared and you're ready, you go in, you vote, and immediately you're out. When people, they vacillate because they don't know who they're voting for, it takes longer. And it makes, sometimes it'll create lines. So it's very important for many different reasons, right? To be informed and to know who you're voting for.
We also have 3 cities that have some issues on the ballot, some questions. We have Miami, Miami Gardens, and Sweetwater as well. So, again, this is a ballot for everyone. It's not only a partisan ballot. There's nonpartisan races, but the important thing is that you vote. The 18th now, let's talk about that day and what happens, the times, which I hope everybody knows by now, but tell us about what we often say is your last day to vote is on Election Day.
The last day to vote is August 18th, and the polling places are going to be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you lost your registration card, you can go online and go to Be Ready, and you will find your information there. Or you can call our office at 305-499-VOTE, which is 8683, and we can help you with that. So, make a plan, be ready. Make sure that you know what's on the ballot so that you know what you're voting for.
And, of course, our website is a wonderful resource. We revamped it earlier this year to make information more readily available, and that's VoteMiamiDade.gov. Make sure you go there for all your information. But show up. We have great people who work here as well who take the time to help our voters out.
We do. And if it's your first time voting, tell our people when you get there it's your first time voting. It's so exciting to have new people, people that just became U.S. citizens and registered to vote, or people that just turned 18 and they can go vote. That's so exciting. I've been able to go vote with 2 of my grandkids for the first time. And that was, it was very exciting, very exciting.
And that brings up a great point. Create those voting habits and that voting culture early. Take your kids with you when you go to vote. I did it with my girls. We'd go vote early, and then we'd go to breakfast. We had a group of kids here earlier who were wonderful touring the facilities. But you can pre-register children to vote at what age, Madam Supervisor?
You can pre-register by the age of 16. You can't vote until you're 18, but you can pre-register by 16. So make sure that everyone that can. Well, our books are already closed, so you can't register for this election, but you can certainly register for next election if you are a U.S. citizen, and you haven't registered yet. Make sure that you do so.
Absolutely, because the next election is just around the corner. The general election is on Tuesday, November 3rd. So lots of important things happening. Something else which was really important and really cool recently, Madam Supervisor, is that you got to attend the baseball game to celebrate America's 250th.
Yes.
We tabled there, but
yes.
you did what at that game?
Well, I threw the first pitch, and it was a great honor to participate with the Marlins at the stadium. And I threw a Cuban strike because it bounced, but the catcher was able to catch it. So
it was right down the middle, guys. She actually
right
practiced.
Down the middle.
We practiced, and she actually didn't need much help.
We should have practiced for a longer. We were too close when we practiced.
So we have,
ready.
Finally, I've been asking for these interruptions. We finally had a cafecito break,
wow,
a cafecito de Hialeah, as we say. That's very important.
Thank you
Ms.
very
Jeanette,
much
for bringing that in. And of course, we use these for engagement. These are our Vote Miami tacitas, our demi-tasse. And the best coffee goes into these demi-tasse every single day. It's the fuel that keeps us going. So we're heading down the stretch. You guys can have coffee. We have our producers. Anywho. Thanks for the coffee again, Jeanette. We always welcome coffee break interruptions. That's a must, especially at this time of day. So, final message. I know you're wonderful in looking into the camera and getting our voters excited like you do every day. What is your final message to our voters today as we head into our primary election, August 18th?
You know, voting is your civic duty, and it's important to take care of our democracy. The way to keep our democracy healthy is by being involved and voting. Your voice is your vote, so make sure that we hear your voice. Let's go vote Miami-Dade County, and God bless you.